Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to see what the tip of the day is for twin flames. So let's find out the twip of the day. Let's see. What is the twin flame tip of the day or twip of the day? What is the twip of the day, please, for the collective? What's the tip of the day for twin flames? As you can see, this is not my average deck. This is all the knowledge that I have learned and I found that I put in cards. All my tips, all my wonderful tips. So what tips do we want to share today with the collective? What's the tip? What's the twip? What's the twip that we want to share today, please? One card. All right, here we go. It says twin equals teacher, teaches us to love self and not rely on the other. Isn't that a fact? So our twin flame is our teacher. So yeah, it's not a, I know it's so hard. It's like, the twin flame, their role is to help us to go within and empower ourselves, right? So it's not about, so it's like at the same time, if you really think about it, our twin flame is our soul. So that is who we're relying on, right? So it's not the physical twin flame, we're relying on our twin flame, the soul. So our twin flame, the soul, is within us, and that is who we're relying on. That's who we're leaning on. That's where we're getting our teachings from. This is where we're getting all our wisdom from. You kind of get it from your physical twin flame because they're the ones that are mirroring back to your wounds, your ultimate wounds. So if you have, well, I'm seeing 222 right now. So if you are in a relationship where your twin flame is very much like, you could just tell they don't really like themselves, or they're feeling kind of bad about themselves, or they're just not really in a good place. You just kind of look within yourself and you just kind of figure out what the mirror is. And like, so for instance, I know this sounds weird, but the way it works is it's like if you need your twin flame in your life, like if you're calling them or texting them or like really needing them to be in your life and you really need to see them because that's so not self-empowering, what it does is it it mirrors back the wound of I'm not enough, right? So now you're like, well, I'm not enough. Like I'm not happy on my own. I need this other person in my life. They're my twin flame. And so this I'm not enough gets mirrored back, right? So the twin flames all, oh yeah, like that never says that, right? Never says I am not enough, or never says I'm not good enough, or technically my twin flame did kind of say that, but I don't know if that happens to everyone, but mostly that's what it looks like, where they're just like, I don't accept myself type thing, or you can just kind of tell that they don't accept themselves and they're kind of in a bad place, you know. It's kind of just like a low vibration, you know, and so that's why, because it's not really them not liking themselves. What it really is it's just a mirror back to you of I'm not enough because I need someone else in my life. When you live a life of, oh my God, my life is good with or without a person. My life, um, obviously when on an island, okay, so that's not what I mean. I don't mean where it's like, oh, I'm an island and I could do everything on my own and I don't need anyone. No, it's not that. It's just having no expectations. It's just like living life and just being like, oh, I have no expectations. But like a good example I always like to tell everyone is last year for my birthday, my sister invited me to go to Disney World. I had no expectations of it because I'm thinking we're not really going to get along. It's going to be very expensive. I said, but I haven't seen my sister in a while, so let me go see her and see the family and spend time. And I had no expectations. And oh my gosh, when I got there, I just was just really enjoying myself. We just had a blast. We laughed. And she spoiled me. I mean, she pretty much paid for everything. I mean, everything. We got along great. It was just the most magical birthday week I've ever had. And it's kind of like that, where it's like, I never said I needed her, but at the same time, like I want her in my life, like I definitely want my sister in my life. And so I want to spend time with her, but I don't have any expectations, right? And so it turned out really well and joyful, and that type of thing. It's like when you start living your life like joyfully, and you're still having fun, and you have friends and you have family and you have coworkers and you have people in your life that again, you need, obviously you're gonna need help with stuff, right? Everyone has their gifts, and other people have their gifts that they could share with you. You need mentors in your life, absolutely. So it's not being an island. It's more of, like I have all these friends. Like what I'll do is I'll plan, and I'll make plans with my friends. But if they cancel on me, I'm still really good, because now I'm like, oh, but now I get to spend time by myself. Even if it's a Saturday night, I'm like, oh, now I get to read that book I wanted to read. And I have to say, I got really hooked on sustainability, and I have like a library of sustainability, like how to like live on your own in a van, like van life, and how to grow your own garden and all that stuff, right? So I got kind of hooked on that. So it's like, oh, I have time to read this now. And so it's like really enjoying your own company and enjoying your, learning more knowledge, and then also time for you to go within and talk to your soul, because I'm sure you have lots of questions. So it's like really enjoying your own self, your own time with yourself. And so, yeah, you want to spend time with your friends, and yeah, you want to spend time with your twin flame, right? But there's just no expectations. It's like, oh, okay, if they do, they do. If they don't, if they don't. If they don't, that's great, because now I get to spend time with me, and I'm like, I can't wait. And oh my God, I'm gonna make myself this homemade stuffed eggplant, and I'm gonna cook this and that. I'm gonna create. So that's kind of what I do, like on the weekends. Whereas it used to be very different. It used to be like, oh, I can't be home by myself on a Saturday night. And if my friends cancel, like I would always be so sad, like, oh, my life is so empty. That's how it was. And so that's why the twin is your teacher, and they're just teaching you to love yourself and not rely. That's all. Just like not having expectations of other people. Like other people, like it's not their job to fill your void. Like you fill in your own voids. Trust me, I know I've had voids. And it's like you're filling it with your own soul and your own happiness and your own joy. And you'll be very surprised what pops up. And you're just like, ooh, I even started making baskets for myself, where it's like, okay, this is my divine feminine basket, this is my divine masculine basket, and then I'll pick from it, because all these things that I always want to do, and then I pick from it and I kind of make my day, like I schedule out my day, like, okay, 8 a.m. I'm going to do a divine feminine activity, at 9 a.m. I'm going to do a divine masculine, and so on and so forth. But I always pick two, so I have a choice. And then I'll read it. I'm like, oh my God. And I really just planned my most perfect day, because it's everything I always wanted to do that I just didn't make time to do. Whether it be, I don't know, like learning Spanish, or it could be doing a boot camp, or I have a roller that I like to roll to get like all the kinks out. It could be getting a massage. Whatever you want, right? So anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but that's to me what it means to love self. It's like really being nice to yourself. It's like treating yourself, and really treating yourself as like first, like putting yourself first, you know? So I hope that helps. So that was the twip of the day. That was your twin flame tip of the day. Your twin is your teacher, just kind of showing you your wounds. And just remember, your twin is also your soul. So the physical twin is mirroring back to you something. It could be love, right? It could be good things. And then the things, but if there's something that's triggering you, just know it's yours and it's your wound. And you just gotta kind of ask your soul, well, how do I clear that? Or how do I heal that? Okay, and that's teaching us to self-love, and it's teaching us not to rely on someone else, because now if that person walks away, your happiness didn't just walk away. Like I had a friend that walked away, like a good friend, like a really good friend that I've had for a really long time, and she walked away. And it didn't break me, because I realized, I said, it has nothing to do with me. Like she doesn't like not like me. I said, we're just not a vibrational match, and she has her own life, and she wants to live her life, and she doesn't really relate to me and the things I talk about. And I didn't, make it about that, and it's just like, I didn't take it personally. My happiness didn't rely on her being my friend. So, so that's easier said than done. Takes practice. It takes a lot of healing. It doesn't, you don't just one day wake up and say, "Oh yeah, I just love myself." It takes a lot of time and effort, in my opinion. In my opinion, it takes work. There's steps involved. If you're interested in learning those steps, you could always email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. Anyway, thank you so much for, I had the 1111. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everyone. Bye.